We don't negotiate with terrorists.
Hello, 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 you beautiful people. How are you doing? I have a Labrador that doesn't like me talking to myself. It is the Martini Lunch. You are here. I am here. Let's get this sucker started. Please, if you haven't so far, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, hit that share, do all those YouTubey things and other things, Twitch, and what's my on right now? Twitter. And let's get that, let's fight back against the algorithms. And be sure and follow all of your favorite content providers. These people work really hard at doing this stuff. And some of it's just absolutely amazing. And anyway, then you've got me. You're stuck with. Oh, I love you guys. I really do. So, big breaking news. Yesterday was a big day. Yesterday I covered some questions. Y'all know I was doing a lot of coverage for Gabby Petito last year, and then I did a lot of Summer Wells coverage until that coverage just kind of dried up. Like there's no new information. It's been like 300 days she's been missing. For those of you who don't know, Summer Wells was a 5-year-old girl. She's like 3'6", 40 pounds, something like that. Family lost her at home, and they are on 11 acres of land in a very rural part of Tennessee. And anyway, so I kind of got into that, and then news about summer dried up, so we got into the other things, but then started noticing like some videos of mine started picking up some old videos and that had to deal with summer. Started noticing just trends and stuff, so I typed in summer one day. I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe how many people are obsessed still with this story. And then what got me was not, when I say obsessed, I mean, there are people that are trying to figure out who every character in this deal is. I mean, we're talking about if the mom Candace had said hi to somebody at the Dollar General store, they want to know who that person is that they said hi to. And it's like, what's going on here? All this has to do about is a little girl missing. I mean, the attention's extreme here. But anyway, so I'm a facts person, and I try to help with that. And I live in Tennessee, so I made a trip up yesterday to Hawkins County and did a live video of, I recorded video of these places that have been trending lately for Summer Wells, and then last night discussed them with our good friend Sully. And then, I have comments. And then we'll go back over to the comments. Hey, Jules, how you doing? Obsessed doesn't even come close. Becoming a psychosis. You know what? This just needs to be stickied right there. That is an awesome avatar you've got right there. That is so great. Anyway, it's just a psychosis. That's funny. I just opened my app and it fell in here. Totally weird. Yeah, you're stuck, Jules. This is it, man. You're part of the family now. If y'all that missed out, I believe it was Sunday. We had a long conversation, and I absolutely love her to death. And she is now part of this weird family that we have this magnetic attraction here. It all ends up around this show. But that's good. We all talk about our stuff, right? We get our things out. We are the misfits of society. I'm kidding. No, everybody is beautiful, and I love them all. And I mean that too when I say it. Like, I really do love everything about us. The human race is amazing. But anyway, so that was yesterday. That was last night. And hide my face in front. I'll eventually piss somebody off. Yes, so that's why the avatar is here. That's how I got permission to be online. Was that uh, I had to have the avatar. I was like, but my voice is gonna be recognizable. It's like, it's not as recognizable as your face, and I'm like, ooh, I don't think that's very good. But anyway, Cool Frog. Hey, how you doing, bud? Hey, Cool Frog. Did you see? It should have worked. I made you a moderator on YouTube the other day. I have no idea why you weren't one. Well, I didn't know much about moderators to begin with, and then I went through and I erased everything, all my settings I had and everything. And I came back and I was like, man, Cool Frog's always in here and always doing this stuff. He does it better than I do, so I'm going to go ahead and put him in here. But the big thing behind doing this is that while doing this, case, that ride along, that's right. And which, by the way, tonight, if you're interested in the Summer Wells stuff, tonight I'm gonna be doing the video of going up to Sensabaugh Tunnel, and so that is that. I think that's more of a fun trip because it's on several levels. One, that's a picture that was taken on the same day. That was Family Jewels. That's awesome. Uh, uh, One, it was the Sensabaugh Tunnel was taken on the same day as uh, the Holston River Domtar Park picture of Summer Wells. So we went and did that one too, but that part we're going to go over that video tonight. And then what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and also yeah, so that is one part about Sensabaugh Tunnel. That is, you have that interesting thing. Then the other thing is, oh my gosh, like I had no idea this thing's supposed to be like some like top level haunted tunnel thing, whatever. I'm like, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard of in my life. So yeah, I went up there not knowing it was supposed to be this big, huge haunted deal, or I don't know if I'd have gone. I really, truthfully, because I don't need to be around that sort of stuff. I purposely choose not to be around ghosts, goblins, spooks, demons, imps, uh, demonic things. No, no, I don't like that. Okay, because here's the thing, it scares me. It scares me. Okay. Hey Mitchell. Oh, Mitchell's on his lunch break. Um, so boy, somebody's got a loud car. That's all they have in Tennessee now. They've taken their mufflers off, and you hear these. Uh, they don't even have a good natural exhaust. They're putting on mufflers, I think, that have like that Fast and the Furious go kart farting sound. And like I heard a guy, he just got a Corvette, and he drove down the street the other day. I was like, man, like that is your classic Chevy small block V8 engine. He came back, he had a new muffler put on, and I'm like, what are you doing? And it backfires. And I'm like, dude, that's not a good thing. Anyway, yes, right here, yes, absolutely, absolutely. And there's something else that's funny about that. Grimm's awesome. Grims, I saw your comment today, man. I can't wait for Saturday. Need to start pumping now, guys. Go follow Grimm's Bar. I am gonna be on Saturday. We had a good time, man, on Saturday. I hope that we keep that up. I mean, keep a good time. Of course, we're going to. I hope that everything allows us to keep doing that. But anyway, so two things. One, I'm still waiting for Amber Heard to come on. She was supposed to be on either yesterday or today. I'm looking at her right now. She's back to wearing a black jacket, her hair tied back tightly. She looks like the perfect person to play Eva Braun in a documentary. Hang on, I just got a don't switch. What happened just here? Oh, sorry. So I'm so used to Friday nights, and if you gotta check out Friday Night Live. It gets crazy. Um, I'm so used to hearing the Discord click. It's always I'm going over there going, oh great, is there something I need to see or something over there? Um, but Mimosa, please. That's awesome. All right, so we got Amber Heard stuff's going on, and I really think it'd be interesting to see her on the stand. So, but she's not on the stand yet. I am playing that in the background, watching that on the Xbox. But the other thing is the big news, the big breaking news is Roe versus Wade overturned. Now, before we start that, start thinking to yourself of all the Supreme Court decisions, have you ever heard of one leaking? I mean, I always thought it was interesting that they didn't leak, but this is the full thing. It's a draft. I went through it real quick. Look, just skim through. Matter of fact, I've got it right here. So this is from the Politico, and this is what they say is the rough draft of this uh, um, opinion. And it was February 10th. That's interesting because the opinion doesn't come out for a couple more months. Now, you have to hold your books here. And before any opinion becomes law, it has to be published. All right? So, this isn't law of the land yet. Um, Supreme Court, I'm not familiar with all the Supreme Court rules. I know, I mean, to file something into the Supreme Court, you have to go, basically, you go to there's services. People have businesses set up on how to file stuff for the court. Like, depending on whether you're the appellate or the appellee, is like what color you have to have your uh, you have to turn your stuff in a bound notebook, and you have to have like either a blue or a red cover page. And it's not just blue or red, like you go and pick it up, like, oh look, there's some Target, like, construction paper, or you're at Walgreens late at night trying to get something for a project to turn in. No, it's not like that. It has to be a specific color, or they'll reject it. They'll just send it back to you. And so you've got clients that have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars already on these cases. And it's something like the color of the paper, the size of the font, the type of font, uh, how many spaces there are between a period and the next sentence. I mean, it's like that anal could get the whole thing. The court won't accept it. Uh, so there's a lot of rules that the Supreme Court has, but so I don't know how. I mean, if this is a draft, it could be this is how I wrote this, change it around, and then I don't know how they come to the conclusion about agree in part, dissent in part, concurring opinions, all of that. Oh, and by the way, Volstorm, I just realized I texted you something last night about Sensible Tunnel, and that wasn't meant to be sent to you. That was to go to the White Rabbit, and I was like, why did I send that to him? Sausage fingers. Um. Oh yeah, that's this week or next week. I mean, yeah, we're. Oh geez, I gotta set up for it. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Mitchell. We're planning on doing. We're gonna do a road trip and hit up some places that we've talked about um, around us, and it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. We'll have some good content after all that. But anyways, let's go into this little thing here real quick because there's so much information out there about this right now. I don't want you guys to run around thinking, oh, abortion's been banned. This is it. First of all, you need to say, well, we don't know until there's an official opinion. That's the correct answer. All right. Second thing is, what does this mean for you? Well, like Gavin Newsom in California has already said he's going to push for a constitutional amendment to protect abortion. There are 15 states that have already passed legislation that if abortion gets overturned, that they immediately go to an abortion ban in that state. One of those is Tennessee. And it was funny because I saw article about this because I forgot about Tennessee banning doing and it's a constitutional amendment, if I'm not mistaken, that if abortion gets overturned on the federal level, Tennessee it automatically triggers this constitutional amendment that Tennessee will ban abortion. And anyway, it's the New York Times article had 15 states, they said, have things like this, and they were focused on Mississippi. And I guess that's because this case is about Mississippi, right? But let's see if I can find real quick. Let me see what that is. States with well, tell me I'm not going to be on a watch list. I'm looking for abortion triggers. Abortion triggers. All right. Fox News. 13 states have abortion triggers. Roe versus Wade. Actually, you know what? Let's bring this over. Ow, hush. I hate when they have talking. And I keep turning that off on my thing, and it keeps coming back. I like that. I like that, Jules. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to stop screen. We're going to share. I'm going to share this window here. Because I like this. Okay, so from Fox News, 13 states have trigger laws. I think I said 15 earlier. Automatically banning most or all abortion if Supreme Court overturns Roe versus Wade. Give you an idea. I looked this up earlier. Let's see here. I don't have that still up here. So, how many abortions have there been since 1973? The CDC reports that 20% of pregnancies end in abortion. Did I get that right? I think so. I was like one of those. I looked at it real early this morning. The first thing I did when I woke up, and I was like, "What?" So there's 650,000 abortions were last year. Since 1973, it's like 65 million. We'll just say 60 million, okay? Because I don't want to confuse that with the 650,000 number. Say 60 million abortions. And I saw someone made a comment. Someone's like, "Yeah, but like." Without knowing the numbers, they said, "Yeah, but abortion, how's that compared to all the wars America's been in?" And all the wars since the Revolutionary War, the biggest loss of life was the Civil War at 650,000. Again, 650,000. I think it was like 660,000 and change. Then World War II, like 400,000. But all the wars added up together, something like 1.6 million U.S. soldiers have been killed in combat. That's in 250 years. And since 1973, 60 million abortions have been performed. So, yeah, that is quite... I mean, that makes the... I mean, that is huge. That's a huge number. And here's the thing about it. In the United States, abortion should not have to happen. That's all it is. I mean, can we not figure this out? It should not be happening. I mean, it should not be... Excuse me, when I say that, this is what my statement I always say is, abortion should, in the United States, abortion should not be used as a form of birth control. I mean, that's it. It's just there's nothing around that. It should not be used as a form of birth control. I mean, yeah, I know people make mistakes. I know all that stuff, but yeah, as a form of birth control, we should by now all know where babies come from. So anyway, I'm going to read this real quick so we get an idea of if this rule means something, if this leaked document means something. This is what it's going to mean to you. It's not going to mean anything to anybody else. It's not going to mean just purely on where you live and the people you elect. So it's not an argument for me. Which this is, if this stands, and if the way the ruling's written, and I haven't read 60 pages, I just kind of scan through it and try to get my idea of whether or not I think it's a legit thing. The greatest thing is that it should be a win for the 10th Amendment. And it puts power back into the state's hands. And that's what everybody should want, because you don't want a strong centralized government. Our entire country was based on not having a strong central government. So if our country and our form of government, everything is based on a state's, state power, limited federal power, then our country's form can't last with a strong federal power and a weak state power. Does that make sense? So, all right. Is there anything I need to check here real quick? 6 weeks, unless extreme life or death situation, period. Oh, Mitchell's out. Sorry, Mitchell. I was trying to rush through, man. Yeah, Jules. This whole we could talk all day about it. It's just there are people that are there are people that use pregnancy as a form of relationship control. Those people should go to jail. I mean, they don't work in society. They need to go to the island of misfit toys. All right, let's do this article real quick. Am I still on the article even? Jeez, I don't even know anymore. I'm so discombobulated. Sorry, y'all. All right. 13 states in the country are poised to enact immediate abortion bans, and 13 more could quickly follow suit if the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade, as it appears to do, according to a draft opinion leaked to Politico. Supreme Court is expected to strike down Roe v. Wade, according to an unprecedented leak. That's a key word there. Vol Storm sent me a message about that. He's like, really? You think this is a real deal, or do you think this is a political play? And I was like, it's always a political play. We got to prove that whether it's real or not. So, it was an unprecedented leak of a draft majority opinion written by Alito in early February. The court confirmed the authenticity of the draft document on Tuesday. Oh, that's the day the court affirmed the authenticity. I did not know this. This is going from me watching Ricada last night into this. So they did confirm the authenticity. Wow. Analysis have suggested the leak may represent an attempt to pressure a Supreme Court justice to change his or her vote in the pivotal case. Word for word what Vol Storm said to me as soon as it happened. He's the one that told me that this case, about the leak, and his next message was that he thinks it's an attempt to get one of the justices to change their mind. And I was like, yeah, I mean, he's right. I mean, the dude's right. Don't let his charming personality and good looks confuse you to think that Vol Storm doesn't have a great intellectual mind. So, should it be overturned, abortion will be left for the states to decide. We hold that Roe and Casey must be overruled, a leader writes in the document labeled the opinion of the court. It's time to heed the Constitution and return the issue of abortion to the people's elected representatives. That is a key thing right here, okay? Because that's what was said about the gay marriage ban, or gay marriage ruling. Scalia said that. So, Scalia's thing was, we went from 10 years of this not being an issue to all of a sudden, like he said, like gay marriage was like one of the fastest things to ever make it through the Supreme Court and be ruled as a constitutional issue, uh, faster than like any other case had ever been. And he said that, it's like basically like a gay marriage, like the whole point of marriage itself being institutionalized was a thousands of years of tradition. He said this is like a 10-year issue. This is more legislative than it is constitutional. I happen to agree with it because here's the thing and I supported the gay marriage thing explicitly on the fact that if nothing else, you can't say that, well, it's licensed and you need to protect licenses between the states, and then not also say that's the same truth about concealed carry. Okay, like, by the way, have you guys seen Philadelphia? That Philadelphia video is going around. Fall Storm and I were homeless for a while in Philadelphia, and we slept on the streets. And I think that video that they show is right where we were sleeping. So yeah, it's not a bad thing to have a way to protect yourself throughout the country. So it's time to heed the Constitution, return the issue of abortion to the people's elected representatives. Man, it's so true. At least 13 states in the country have so-called trigger laws banning most abortions that would take effect immediately if Roe v. Wade is overturned. According to Guttmacher Institute, isn't that an awful name? Guttmacher, Gut Matcher Institute, a pro-abortion research group. Oh, no wonder they have an awful name. Those states are Arkansas, duh, Idaho, duh, Kentucky, duh, Louisiana, duh, Mississippi. Oh, Missouri. Now that one gets me. I wouldn't expect Missouri to have one. I wouldn't expect North Dakota to have one. Oklahoma. Oklahoma is now like the most conservative state in the country. South Dakota. Okay, well they can't. South Dakota and North Dakota, they can't let one get ahead of the other one. Tennessee, I knew that. Texas, Utah. Well, Utah sounds right. And Wyoming. That's interesting. So states that aren't on there that amazes me are things like South Carolina. That's a big one. I'm very surprised by that. North Carolina, of course. Virginia. Man, I wonder what Virginia will do. They have to act within weeks because they know that the left is gunning for them. That's weird. That's interesting. Very interesting. So anyway, Georgia, Florida, Alabama. Are there any other southern states? So I'm really surprised that like Georgia, Alabama, North and South Carolina, they don't have them. Oh wait, excuse me. I gotta keep reading the article. I'm stupid. This is what I love about myself. I'm dumb. There are also 5 additional states: Alabama, Arizona, Michigan, West Virginia, and Wisconsin, with an abortion ban still on the books from before Roe v. Wade that could be reinstated if the law is overturned, according to the Guttmacher Institute. So it's an 18-state deal. I think that's funny. Wisconsin, wow, man, Wisconsin's making a shift, y'all. I mean, it's making a big time shift. Alabama, I love it. They never took theirs off the books. Arizona never took theirs off the books. Michigan, that's awesome. Oh, look at this. She says never again is she gonna use a coat hanger. What a sick, sadistic person thinks of that. Is there proof that was ever used? Is that proof, or is that an urban legend? I think it is. I think it's complete urban legend. Thus, the overturning of Roe v. Wade would trigger at least 18 states to ban abortions almost immediately. In addition, Georgia, Iowa, Ohio, and South Carolina all have laws banning abortions after the 6-week mark, which have been ruled unconstitutional but would likely be revisited if Roe is overturned. Well, good. Good for them. There are also 4 additional states, Florida, Indiana, Montana, and Nebraska, that appear likely to ban or severely restrict abortions if Roe is overturned based on current legislative efforts. Wow. Pro-life groups have been cheering. I mean, look, okay, here, this. What? Anti-abortion demonstrator. Okay, good. She's cute. Because I thought for a second she was a pro-choice person. I was like, you never see a cute chick being like, yeah, I'm for abortion. Can you believe Alyssa Milano had like 4 abortions? And she brags about that? I mean, what else does she have? She's got to have some dirty diseases. Who wants to take the time to have an abortion? That's how sick these chicks are. I mean, you gotta realize, when I say that, I'm talking about the ones that think this is a form of birth control, right? Oh yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, you could have AIDS. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you could have herpes or syphilis or, I don't know, gonorrhea. Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay, well, you got pregnant. I mean, pregnant is like the least of your worries out of all those things. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, don't worry about it. What's going on here? I mean, what? That's just weird. You're just weird. You need to take better care of yourself, is what the point boils down to. Oh, gosh. Anyway, so pro-life groups have been cheering the news that abortion may soon be outlawed in roughly half the country. The draft opinion made public tonight is the final opinion of the court. We wholeheartedly applaud the decision. Many people have a right to act through their elected officials and laws and enact laws that protect unborn children and honor women. Susan B. Anthony lists President Marjorie Senate press release. If Roe is indeed overturned, our job will be to build consensus for the strongest protections possible for unborn children and women in every legislature. Interesting. We also recognize the need for pro-life movement to continue to exist, its existing work to support pregnant women and children in need. There are thousands of pro-life pregnancy centers and maternity homes nationwide, an ever-growing pro-life safety net, blah, blah. Anti-abortion groups like Family Policy Alliance and Americans United for Life. What? That's anti-abortion. I thought it said pro-abortion. I'm stupid. Have already started preparing for political battles after Roe's overturned. Meanwhile, abortion access is expected to continue in blue states like New York, which passed a bill in 2018 designed to codify Roe. Codify. Oh, look. All of a sudden, they know what a woman is. What gender is Caitlyn Jenner? You know, the one who championed and normalized gender changes? That's awesome. And that'd be written out all over again. It is against biological men competing against biological women. It's funny. That is funny. So I'm going to start saying this. And nobody has talked about men's rights with the overturn of Roe versus Wade. A female I'm aware of had 2 abortions during her late teens, messed up her reproductive system, left her with a deep psychological void, and she still hasn't dealt with. Ouch. Ouch. And I like your avatar there, too. Yeah. So, anyway. There's Volstorm's true statement. I love you. You put in there, read the comments, and I'm not even over at the comments. I can't see them. Yeah, I know. I could run my phone over, but the phone's on a delay. and it's a anything. All right. So anyway, guys, listen. That's the deal. So is your state on the list? Does it matter? Is it going to change anything? No. It doesn't do anything for you right now. What the key is, you need to be contacting your Congress critters, and you need to say, okay, Roe versus Wade's overturned. Now, the money you were sending to Planned Parenthood and all that stuff, let's look at doing a tax cut for people. Okay, let's put that into the tax cutting business because we don't need to be spending that money on something else. It doesn't get allocated somewhere else. Let's cut taxes, as should be happening with everything and all this stuff. So, anyway, best comment ever because they could go on everything is always ha 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 ha. Guys, listen, that's it. It's a new day in America. Tonight, I'll be streaming. Is it 9 Eastern? I think we're gonna do 9 Eastern. Yeah. Um. So that'll be an hour and a half earlier than last night. And we'll be doing the Sensible Tunnel, which is this haunted, like, I don't know what it is. I thought it was a train tunnel, but everything around it's weird. I'll probably show some, like, the actual news has a clip on it. And I haven't watched that. I haven't watched any of this stuff. I haven't watched the video of going up there or anything. So all this is raw. I mean, you know me, I like to do it raw. So anyway, tune in tonight. Uh, Always Eastern is God's time. Yes, that's right. God gets up at Eastern time. Um, and then yeah, till later on, guys. This is gosh, let's see here. I've got in an hour. I've got. I hate my days. I hate them, but they're getting better. They're getting better. So listen, love y'all. I really do. Stay safe. That's the main thing. You gotta go out there and you gotta remember you are the first and last line of defense. So take care of yourself and take care of others. And I love this. I know you're answering. You're answering Volstorm. Ah. Anyway, guys, be safe. Cover your six. Stay frosty, and always Godspeed.